the one, the only Benzion.
Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Benzion. Today's daf is Benzion Gittin, daf Samach Aleph, number 61. I want to talk today before the Mishnah on Samach Aleph, where we start talking more in depth on Machlokas and Rabbanan and Rabbi Yossi in the last Mishnah. They have a Machlokas in the last Mishnah on daf Nun 10 Amud Beis 59b. They have a Machlokas in 4 different places. They have a machlokas when it comes to a bore, a cistern that runs over a stream and passes over it, right? If you can't, it gets filled midarchei shalom first. Actually, there's no machlokas. Everyone agrees darchei shalom. There are 3 machlokas. Mezuzas chayav ofos v'dagim yishem mishum gezel midarchei shalom. Reading the Mishnah on the top of Nun Tamad base. If you trap something, right, and you weren't koned ostensibly, so as the Gemara explains on really the bottom of Samach Chama Beis and Samach Aleph Man Aleph, to the top of today's daf, right? It wasn't caught in a utensil. It wasn't in a utensil. So according to the Rabbanan, you can't take it lechatchila mnei shalom. If you took it, you don't have to give it back. Technically, the court can't force you to give it back. We also omer gezel gomer. Now, when you see gezel gomer, you say gezel midaraisa, right? Gezel midaraisa. That's what you think. Metzias cheresh hadav katan yishveh mishum gezel. If a cheresh katan showed katan find something. So they can't make any kinyanim. They don't have das. They can't make a kinyan. They don't have requisite intelligence. You could steal it from them, but you're not allowed to in darchei shalom. But if you steal it from them, they can't get it back. They can't go to court and get it back. Also, Omer Gezla Gomer. He holds Gezla Gomer. Let's say a poor person, he's going to an olive tree. He sees some olives left over on a tree. He's allowed to take it. Masha Tachtav Gezla Darchei Shalom. He's just knocking it off the tree, and he's going to go pick it up, and you go ahead and you take it before he comes and takes it. So again, a machlokas. Tanakama says Darchei Shalom. You're not supposed to take it. Rabbi Yossi says Gezel Gomer. Now, on only one of these 3 cases, Rabbi Yossi is explained when he says Gezel Gomer, and that's on Samach Aleph and Aleph, the 3rd line. Amar Chistal Gezel Gomer midivreim. He doesn't mean it's Gezel Gomer midol raisa, even though Gezel Gomer sounds like midol raisa. It's only the Rabbanan. Right, and that's obvious, really, by cheresh shota v'katan. Right, technically, they can't be kona. On the Raisa, we know they can't be kona. So to say that it's gezel gomer, you can't say it's gezel gomer midol raisa. They have to own a midol raisa. That makes sense in that case. And the Gemara says, what's the difference if darchei shalom and tin Rabbi Yossi? And the Gemara says, lo tzio b'dayonim. If you all midivreim, like Rabbi Yossi, Gezel Gomer, you can go to court and garnish the wages or freeze his bank account to get paid back. But according to the Rabbanan, only Darchei Shalom not supposed to do it, but you can't get paid back. The court system cannot enforce it. The other 2 cases are not talked about in the Gemara. So a lot of the Mefarshim in the Art Scroll takes on that it's the same machlokas. Rabbi Yossi said Gezel Gomer, midirabanan in both cases, and Darchei Shalom is either what, a minhag, or it's derabanan lechatchila. It's not really clear. The whole concept of Darchei Shalom, the Gemara elaborates on Darchei Shalom. The Gemara says, besides all of these facts, right, you're supposed to, the Mishnah mentioned, we let them take matnos aniyim, they can take leket shekapeya, non-Jews. We don't protest, even though they're taking crops that should belong to the Jews, because of fostering peace. And when they have soup kitchens, mafarnsem, you give them parnasa. You allow the non-Jews in also. You heal non-Jews in the hospitals. You bury non-Jews. Even though there's limited amount of land, you bury non-Jews alongside Jews. Even sometimes it might come precedence, a non-Jew might come before a Jew. It doesn't say you give precedence to the Jews. All of these is to foster peace. Darchei Shalom. What is Darchei Shalom? Is that a minhag? Is that the Rabbanan? Is it the Raisa? It's not clear where it's from. The Gemara says in many places, the whole point of the Torah, V'chol nesivo se'ah shalom. The entire Torah is to foster peace. Now, what I believe the Gemara says Darchei Shalom over here is to foster peace. What's the whole concept of government? Dina de Malchus Dina. Listening to is that Doraisa, the Rabbanan? The Gemara indicates Dina Malchus Dina is really Doraisa, according to Shmuel. It's Doraisa. You have to follow the law of the land, right? If a king, a non-Jewish king, the president of the United States, makes an edict, makes a decree or something like that, it makes law, you have to follow those laws of the country. You're supposed to pay taxes. You have to follow the tax code. of the United States and of Israel also. Some people believe here in Israel you don't have to follow the tax code. They rely on Iran. It's the imamness. When it comes to kashrus, they make sure to eat only one out of a million hechsherim. But when it comes to the imamness, they don't pay their taxes. People, it's okay. There's Iran and Mesachas Nadarim. One opinion, one Yachid Rishon says Din does not apply in Eretz Yisrael. Oh, we hold like that, of course, right? We need Eida Charedis Hechsher for our meat, but yeah, there's Iran and Nadarim. We can rely on it. We can cheat the government with taxes. No, you can't cheat the government with taxes. You have to be much more careful with money than you have to be careful when you put in your body, right? The Gemara says that the biggest Mesilas Shurim says the biggest Yetzer Hara is with money, and you see that so much. Yeah, I see even a sign over here. I see these all the time in the shul. People crying, terrible chovos they have in the ultra Orthodox community, and I don't have pity on these people. I mean, I do have pity on the people because they're just going along with the system. My real perturbance is with the leaders of this system, and they're also not really guilty because they're just following, what the previous generation did. But this whole movement in the Haredi world of people just learning in kollel and not getting jobs and not trying to earn money, of course you're going to have to beg people. I mean, people go, they look at it as like a hishtadlus to like go to as many shuls as possible, bang on, go to America, knock on as many people's doors as possible, and they're doing mitzvos by taking money from these people. It's terrible, You're just giving up on earning a parnasa. You're schnurring. I mean, you're forcing people to give you money. I mean, this is not what Hashem wants. It's not normal. Anyway, it's a side point. But the point is that you're supposed to live as the government says. You have to live in a world with a government. Darkei Shalom, even in a Jewish country, let's say like Israel, right? There's non-Jews around. There's Christians. There's Arabs. So you want to foster peace in order to live in a society. That's the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says, right? If there wasn't government, then people would swallow each other up. Government is vital to sustaining harmony in society. If there's no police, if there's no army, people could just run rampant, do whatever they want. You see that sometimes, when there's looting and things like that, and the police can't do anything. You need this. You need order. And Jews, just like non-Jews, are responsible to foster order, and you have to listen midoraisa. So when the Gemara says Darkei Shalom, the Rabbanan, I believe, in the case of Metzias Cheir Shot of a Katan, so that halachically they have no possession, they have no das, they can't be konas on the Raisa. That's what Rabbi Yossi says, right? Darkei Shalom there is only the Rabbanan. The most could be is the Rabbanan because you're not konem midoraisa. And Rabbi Yossi argues and says Gezal Gam midorabanan midivrayim you can motzi b'dayanim. But I believe the other two machlokas are on a deraisa level. Rabbi Yossi holds Gezal Gomer. He holds Gezal Gomer. Now I don't think the case of catching fish is with fish hook. Laki v'kukri means it's encased in something which they have these fish traps where it puts its head in and then it tightens around the rest of the fish. That also is a kli. There's different types of kalim. There's a machlokas in Mesechus Baba Basra whether kalim are kona for you or not. But the point is that according to the Rabbanan, they hold that it's Gezal Midar. Both hold is Gezal Doraisa, Darkei Shalom. Yeah, but the law of the land says that's stealing from somebody. If someone catches something in a fish, right? The American law says maybe, I don't know if it does, but some certain countries say you can't take that. That person owns that fish, right? So you have to follow Midoraisa. But B'di'evet, right? A basin of Klal Yisrael is not going to be motzi money. Din Malchus Din is a din l'chatchila. If you violate it, the Jewish court has no ability to reverse that. Rabbi Yossi says in these cases he holds actually Gezal Gomer. Right, and when you knock down olives from a tree, maybe you're not koned through Mashiach picking it up, but you're koned through chazaka by doing a kinyan chazaka on it, or by causing it to move. That also is a Mashiach, even though you didn't touch it, even pick it up in your hand, by causing it to move as Gezal Gomer. You're actually koned in both cases by the fish or the traps, and by the olives you're koned. And the Rabbanan you're not koned. It's fundamental machlokas about kinyanim. But Darkei Shalom is D'Oraisa, and I really think Darkei Shalom is a mitzvah D'Oraisa. It's included, and the real source for this, for all these things, the Mishnah and Pirkei Avos and all these things, is Som Tasim Alech HaMelech, right? That you should have a Jewish king, right? That's all about a Jewish king. You should have a king. You should respect the Jewish king, and just like you respect the Jewish king, you have to respect the non-Jewish king. Wherever is the leader of the land, you have to respect the government, the leader, and thereby the government respect that, and Dina Malchus as part of that. And these are all things, though, right? So that's my opinion. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.